across the storm. Chapter 1. The sky was entirely gray, like a heavy blanket covering the world. The air was heavy and still, as if everything was waiting for something to happen. Amy was standing by the window, staring outside. The trees didn't move. There was no wind, no sound, just scary silence. The light outside was dull, almost lifeless, making everything look flat. Amy could feel the storm coming. The clouds were getting darker and thicker, slowly covering the ominous sky. Amy put her hand on the cold glass of the window and right away recognized that feeling. She knew it so well. A little girl, sitting by the window, her hand pressing against the cold glass. Every time this weather brought so many memories from Amy's painful childhood. Back then, the storms scared her and at the same time fascinated her by their incredible force. She always imagined herself suddenly being outside in that harsh rain and thunder, all alone, without anyone to help and protect her. Amy never felt safe in her childhood, being alone most of the time, constantly abandoned by her mother, who always had a reason to spend as little time at home as possible. There was no one else in the whole world to care about Amy, maybe only that woman, their neighbor. She seemed so cold to Amy, and uninterested in anyone else except herself. But many times she would pass by, bringing some hot meal for Amy, silently, indifferently, without asking anything, but still bringing. Many years later, being a mother herself, Amy wondered so many times what that neighbor really felt. Did she decide to do it on her own? Was it her mother who arranged that from the beginning? Did her mother really care? Amy wished so many times she could talk to that woman, but when Amy was 8, they moved to another town, and she wasn't sure if she would ever be able to find her. Amy had so many questions to ask, especially about her father, a subject her mother would never discuss, except for rare cases when she said something bad about him, accusing him of leaving as soon as he learnt that Amy's mother was pregnant with her. Now, as Amy was watching the storm getting stronger, she felt the heavy weight of her past in the chest. She felt so empty and lonely again. After so much determination to escape from that misery, how had she ended up here, trapped in another unhappy life? The rain became stronger. Another rumble of thunder rolled across the sky, shaking the window slightly. Amy pressed her forehead against the glass, feeling its coolness on her skin. She felt so tired, so much sorrow inside. She couldn't bear it. Amy knew she couldn't stop the storm, just as she couldn't change the past or bring her mother back. All her life she had hoped for her mother to change one day, become that mother she had always wanted, or at least become a good grandmother. But the day her mother died, Amy knew it was over. She would never have any chance of having a good mother. During those final days she spent together with her at the hospital, Amy's hopes were teared apart. She was trying so hard to find love in her eyes. She was waiting for some words from her to comfort her pain, her hurt soul. But her mother's eyes had the same indifferent look with a judging tone, evaluating Amy, making her feel again that she wasn't good enough to be loved. The sky lit up briefly with a flash of lightning, Amy sighed and turned away from the window. She needed to go check her son, her Jason. He was ill again, her poor boy, sleeping in his room. She had to be strong. She had to survive again, like she had done before. She felt she had no hopes left for a happy life, but she knew she couldn't let anything hurt Jason. And Mark will never manage to ruin her. She had to find the way to deal with him. She knew she had no right to let him break her.